and refuah shlema of Ora Devora bat Rivka. Also, the breakfast of today is Leilul Nishmat Kamil bat Mazal. Graciously sponsored by Mr. Rafael Cohen and family. So Be'ezat Hashem will have only Besorot Tovot. Amen ve'amen. Amen. Rabotai, I got a very interesting question. Came up now those days. They asked me the following. They said, listen, it's very interesting, those parashiot that we were reading, because when we started talking about the Mishkan, Parashat Terumah, we first spoke about the Mishkan and the utensils, and then Parashat Ki Tisa, we mentioned Shabbat, right? In this week's Parashat, Vayakhel, we had exactly the same thing, the opposite. Instead of starting with the Mishkan and with the utensils, we started with Shabbat, and then the Mishkan. So he asked me, Rabbi, what's the reason? Very interesting point that he realized it. So I heard something very nice. This says the following. You know, the Rambam writes that there are different levels of kapara according to the averot that a person have done. We know, right? A person who didn't fulfill mitzvat aseh. Amen. If a person didn't fulfill mitzvat aseh. Example, he didn't put on tefillin one day. Okay? So you have to do kapara, you have to do teshuvah. What is a teshuvah that a person have to do? Say the Rambam. You just do teshuvah, right? You regret, you ask for sorry, you will not do it again. And say the Rambam, and no zaz misham. He doesn't move from that place until God will forgive him 100%. Right? That's first level. What about lo ta'aseh? Torah mitzvot lo ta'aseh. Example of eating not kosher. Person who ate something that is not kosher. Right? You have to do teshuvah. Is the same level of teshuvah that a person who didn't put on tefillin? Say the Rambam, no. There is a second level. What's the second level? Not only you have to do teshuvah, to regret, to ask for sorry, etc., but also you have to pass through Yom Kippur. One Yom Kippur you have to pass through. Itzumo shel Yom Mechaper. Once this person did teshuvah, and he arrived to Yom Kippur, Rabotai, Halas, he's clean. Right? Say the Rambam, and what about the person who did a lo ta'aseh sheyesh bo karet or mitat bedin? If a person has v'shalom did an avon that is lo ta'aseh from the Torah, but he have a punishment, this lo ta'aseh. When you open the Torah, there is a consequence. What's the consequence? Karet bar minan, or death from bedin, chas v'shalom. Right? What is the way of kapara? Say the Rambam, here you need one more thing. It's not enough teshuvah.